building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, these two teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Prescott now. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Prescott. He'll get that underneath ETN, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 2nd and inches, Prescott. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Cooks will come in motion right. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Cooks on the quick slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing. Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll send Rice in motion. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and he'll go right back to Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. A give to ETN running right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. One more time with ETN. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Gibson again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Hey, kill.
On 3rd down, Brissett. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Middle.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Brought down by Devin Harper.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys 31.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Prescott looks to throw on first. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion left is Rice. On third down, it's Prescott. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. In motion left is Rice. Play action now. Prescott. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with ETN. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On play action, Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. A 1st down throw for Brissett. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
In motion left is Rice. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And this one is right through. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Second down and goal. Brissett got his tight end. That's complete. It's Smith. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the one. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Gibson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Prescott on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 2. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth. And who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the counter, Gibson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Once more, Gibson. Able to slither by. 94 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And some room to work. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3/4 of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's got Smith here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 1st down, Prescott. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Gibson again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Prescott on play action, sliding out of the pocket. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. In motion left is Rice. Prescott yet again. And that is incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Oh, and that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. A fourth down. They felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Brissett on first down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. A handoff for Gibson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
One more time with Gibson. Shoves him away. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And this time he is in. Yes. Antonio Gibson, his third touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Prescott. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders, and they are going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They'll run. It's Gibson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both